What is up, YouTube? It's been a while since I made a video or even streamed on Twitch. A lot of you guys know that I'm, struggling with a lot of mental health stuff and kind of making it a priority to kind of tackle that. So that's why I've been away, in case of any of my YouTube frogs have been wondering. Um, I don't want you guys to worry too much, but in a long story short, 6 months of traveling around the world and being away from like family and having like a lacking a sense of like belonging and purpose and like, kind of like a little bit like almost like depressed kind of, you know. So um that's basically why I've been away. But um this video is not really about that. It's more so about the Guild War tournament and some of the drama that's surrounding it right now. And obviously, as you guys know, you know, Guild War is the reason why this channel exists, is the reason why, I am who I am, right? Not literally like in real life per se, because at the end of the day, it's a game. But a lot of the success I've had within the game is thanks to Guild War. And I've been able to meet so many amazing people from Guild War, right? Whether it's you that's watching this video or someone from Discord or all of the guilds that I've been a part of historically, right? Um, for those of you that maybe don't know me, um, I am a competitive Guild War player for 12 seasons. I've been in Hall of Fame, or 11 or something around there. And Guild War has always been the number one thing most important to me, ahead of RTA, ahead of anything else in the game. If Guild War didn't exist, I probably wouldn't have been playing this game for as long as I have. And the reason why is because of the community aspect that you get and the amazing people you meet along the way from the guilds, right? Just like sitting there, theory crafting random shit, or crafting and spending time together on Discord, or like bouncing ideas off each other and getting to know each other better from like, oh shit, like you like Pokemon, or like, oh shit, like you like this kind of, music or whatever, right? Um, and what I'm gonna say, and I don't want this to come from a place where it sounds like it's just about Palladia, right? I've been a part of so many guilds, right? I've been like, I don't know, like Talentless, which is where this all started, Shinrai, Exotic, the Irons community, Palladia. Um, I moved around quite a bit in my however many years I played the game, and one thing that is, you know, consistent is that there's a lot of people that play Epic Seven who don't play it for Arena, who don't play it for RTA. They play it strictly for Guild War. And Guild War has been overlooked for so many years, and so many of my good friends and veterans have quit due to the lack of recognition or meaningful rewards, in the past 7 years of Epic Seven's existence, right? The only thing that Guild War players have really ever received is a Hall of Fame entry that does not list the players involved. They don't get any special frames. It's all just like for the guild. And obviously, I've been fortunate enough to have the platform that I have. And I've been able to have conversations with community managers to, they ask me like, "Oh, like, what's your input on Guild War? How can we improve it? What can we add? What can we change?" Right. Prior to the Guild War update, a lot of the things that I suggested to them were implemented. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm responsible and I'm the reason why it changed. No, like they probably had it in the wheel, had it in the somewhere in the world of updates, and I was just there to kind of give suggestions, right? That were fostered from streaming, asking, the community like how they want to see changes and stuff like that to Guild War, right? So that's a little bit of background about me, I guess, and Guild War and my passion around Guild War. I love Guild War. Like TLDR, I fucking love Guild War, and it's not just about Palladia. It's about whoever wins the tournament. They should be rewarded accordingly. Now, what do I mean by that? Right? So the Guild War Tournament rewards features obviously some of the guild stuff that's like in like the new like guild hall thing, which I think is very unique and looks very cool, and it's very nice because it's like a new lobby or hall that is replacing the old thing in game, which is really nice. It looks really good. And if that could be permanent, that'd be awesome. But I know that that's not going to be fully ready until later on, so I won't like speak on it too much, but that is a huge W change, amazing change. Right? I think we all agree across all platforms that is an amazing change for the game, right? Now, my main gripe is basically regarding the frames. Um, the Guild War tournament winners, right, are granted a temporary frame um, that, to me, I feel like does not properly reward those who are actively pursuing, this achievement of reaching rank one or whatever high ranking that you hit, because there's other frames as well, right? Um, Now, for me, I think I look at RTA frames, right? I have three Legend RTA frames. I'm thinking, okay, what if my RTA frames were temporary? Like, would I have gone for Legend? Like, no, because you're telling me that, oh, it's just there for one season, then it's gone. So I'm gonna play like 1,000 games of RTA for a temporary frame? Like, that doesn't make sense, right? I'm not gonna do that. We look at the arena frames. You grind, obviously, like arena's a little bit different because there's only like top 3, top 30, top 100, right? And most people go for like top 3, top 30, right? Top 3 is already decided in the first week of arena, right? And those frames are also permanent. The Hall of Fame is permanent. So I don't really understand why the Guild War tournament has a temporary frame as a reward. Now, before you scroll down and you want to comment, I hear you. I didn't make this video right away because I really wanted to like think about like logistically if this actually makes sense, if I'm in the wrong, if I'm too heated, if I'm not, if I don't have, clear, if I don't have like my mind clear, right? And I think some people were saying, well, if you have a temporary frame, it's an incentive for guilds to go for it the next season if they want to, like take that crown, right? Okay, but why can't you just have a permanent frame and then the next season, the next guild that goes for rank one and gets it, they get a different frame, right? That's in line with how RTA frames are. That's in line with how arena frames are, which are the other two PvP modes in the game, right? I honestly like, is it just because like a sack of like feeling of laziness from the side of like Smilegate? Or I don't know. Like I don't understand. And some other people who are in the content creator Discord, um, or just in the community overall, I guess, saying that like, oh, you look at like sports competitions, right? The titles, back up for grabs. They like pass the trophies or whatever. Some sports they do pass on the trophy from team to team to team. A lot of the sports, they will have, either like a replica of the actual trophy or they'll get like rings and whatever. They get like recognition for it, right? So if you can get permanent frames for Guild War, that would be really nice. Now, I'm not going to sit here and be completely delusional and be like and sit on my high horse. I know because some people probably think, well, Vic, like this doesn't affect like 99.9% of the player base. Who fucking cares? I hear you. I understand. So I'm totally open to the middle ground of if it's a temporary frame, at least like in the Hall of Fame, it shows the 30 players that played, right? In that guild. I don't care if it's like majority of the season or however Smilegate would structure it, but my main thing is just like having a bit of recognition for the commitment that people are putting in for Guild War, right? And even if I wasn't, in a guild that was contending for rank one, I would still be advocating for the right thing in the game. So one thing I don't understand from other content creators is they're saying, "Oh, I mean, it doesn't affect me. Who fucking cares?" Or like, "Oh, like they have like I just don't really understand how asking for a frame that's permanent versus instead of temporary can just cause such a divide because it's just like keeping the rewards consistent, right? I feel like maybe people are quick to say, well, if it benefits me, I'll have a lot to say. If it doesn't affect me, then I don't care. But even if like I look at a perspective of like RTA or I look at PvE, as a content creator, I'm still going to be advocating for what's right for the game, what's right for that community, right? Not just for when it benefits me, right? So I just don't really understand like this divide of like whether or not having the rewards be permanent versus like temporary is such a bad thing. But in terms of a middle ground, like sure, if the frame's temporary and you want to have this prestige and incentive from Smilegate's perspective, I mean, yeah, at least like immortalize like the 30 members that are, in the Hall of Fame guilds, right? And that's what we've been asking for a long time. Even like, like 9, 10 seasons back, even like when I was in Talentless or like Parabellum, right? Even just like immortalizing the names of the players, right? That enough is enough of an incentive for guild war mains to really want to try hard because it shows that their time commitment, their effort, the teamwork, and everything that they pour in their time pouring into the game is like well recognized, right? Now, the other thing is people talk about boosting, right? Rewards versus money and stuff like that. Right. I'm looking at, this post here, right? They're saying, oh, like there's like boosting, rewards versus money. You can kick members and then replace them. And then like accounts can get like a frame and stuff like that. Right. Like that's a valid argument, right? Is this probably like a little bit of a you know, gap in the process. Maybe this is a process improvement angle for Smilegate where they can like clearly outline, guild members have to like partake in X amount of wars or have to be in the guild for X amount of time or whatever outline that they want to list. Totally on board with that because I got to tell you, the in a guild that's going for rank 1, it's not going to be two people driving the ship, bro. I don't know like how many people actually have played in a competitive like team like that, but it's like the whole guild is coming together to like work together. The whole guild is giving opinions and testing things and going in voice channels and stuff like that and helping each other. It's not two people with 28 or 30 accounts. Like that's just not a real thing. And this notion of boosting, like, I don't even want to say this. I'm not even trying to like start beef, but fuck it. I'm going scorched earth. Like fuck all the relationships I have with some of these people. Half of the fucking RTA ladder is boosted. Okay? Like ever since I got into Legend, and I'll be completely honest with you, the first 3, 4 seasons that I failed Legend, I asked people to pilot me as well, right? Not literally like log into my account, but like literally I'll pay them. Actually, no, I did ask people to log into my account to play for one season. I did ask for people to, hop on Discord and, coach me on like what to pick and whatever. Did they ever accept? Did I ever get the opportunity? Unfortunately, no, because all of my finishes were on stream, right? And there's proof of that in the videos and everyone has seen it. But reason I bring that up is ever since I was finishing an RTA Legend, I realized, and I it's kind of like a niche community. You can pay like 700, 800, $1,000. You can get a Legend frame. That's it. If you have money, you can pay for a booster. Half of the ladder is fucking boosted. So this notion of like, guilds selling frames or something is just fucking so stupid because in RTA, like there's way more boosters and Smaug has never done anything about it, but like that's a whole nother topic. Okay. And same for arena. I mean, if you want an arena frame, if you got the money, you can get it as well. And I'll be completely honest with you. I have reached out to boosters as well. I'm like, hey, like how much is it for like a top 3? Right. And then they're like, oh, like can't because like all the slots are taken up. Or like, oh, like, this is, that's available. It's gonna cost this much. Right. And I'm like, that's too much money. Right. But to just say that like boosting happens in every game, every PvP, every mode, is that to say that like is that to justify that it's like right? Like no, boosting is wrong and it should be banned in the game, but it's not heavily enforced. And guess what? If we're boosting a fucking spot in the guild, do you think that would be harder to track? Or do you think it would be harder to track an RTA account getting boosted by some Chinese booster or some other people in the global community? I, I don't know. You like put the answer for you. Smilegate can clearly see who's exiting and who's joining the guild. I don't know. You tell me. So I just feel like these examples are just really bad, right? And if you want it to be permanent, like if you want the temporary frame to be permanent, then just finish first in every tournament is what the community is saying, right? Some people are saying. It's like, dude, but like why can't it just be a permanent frame so that every season it shows like who's the best and that they have like multiple finishes, just how in RTA there's like season 1 until season 15 or whatever season we're in that shows how many seasons you finish legend. Doesn't that make sense? Same with like E7 World Cup. If you finish in 2023, you have a frame that lasts forever. 2024, you have a frame that lasts forever. Would it make sense if the E7 World Cup expires at the end of the year that the World Cup happened? Like, no, it doesn't make sense, right? So I just hope that people like can kind of like hear where we're coming from. We're not even really asking for a lot. We're just asking for if the frame's not permanent, have the names added in the Hall of Fame. If the name's not added in the Hall of Fame, make it permanent. Even if it's not about Palladia. By the way, Palladia is rank 5 right now. We're not even fucking rank 1. Okay, and like yeah, we finished rank 1 last season, but we lost. Like we literally lost rank 1, and I've made videos on that before because other guilds were beating us. So this idea that like oh this only favors Palladia is just wrong, and that's not that should not be the focal point. The focal point should be Guild War as a mode, right? You should be rewarding them accordingly. It doesn't matter if it's first from Korea that finishes. It doesn't matter if it's Molagora from Korea that finishes, or Critical from Asia, or Nicophilia from Europe, or um I don't know, like Fleet or Veritas that finishes rank 1. Like I would still stand for the same thing, which is rewarding the players that finish first, because having the individual frame being temporary is kind of a slap in the face for those people that are committing that amount of time and effort for that achievement. And I don't know. I'm really curious to like maybe hear people's thoughts after watching this video. Um, because I just I, I don't know. I just really hope Smilegate will consider, if not making the frames permanent, adding a list of names, immortalizing the players that committed the time. That's all. And then just keep the frames temporary. I don't care. It's all good. Like I get it. If you want to do it that way, sure. But at the end of the day, I just hope that this can garner some healthy discussion within the community. And if you're a longtime viewer of mine or you're just new here that's coming across this video, um, yeah, there will be a link in the comments and in the description if you want to support the post. And even if you don't want to support the post and you have something, constructive to say in terms of like maybe a viewpoint, different perspective of, maybe Vic, you haven't thought about it from this point perspective, this perspective, or like it's better this way because of XYZ. I think that's totally reasonable. I'm not trying to say like I'm the only uh I'm only right, right? It's not so much like that. It's just I'm having trouble understanding how like it's not just like a clear like just make it permanent instead of temporary. And if it's not, then have some recognition for the people that are committing the time and effort and resources into this game mode, right? And Guild War tournament, it's tournament. It should be prestigious. So I'll leave it at that, man. So thank you for watching. If you made it to this part of the video, I usually don't make these kind of rant videos like this, to be completely honest, but this is something that is extremely important to me. And I'm really passionate about Guild War. And I feel like I had to say something because I just cannot accept this. That's all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And yeah, love you guys, and I'll be back sooner than you know. So take care. Bye.